Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to your reading for the next 7 days. Let's start by pulling some symbols first, and we're going to jump into your coffee cup. And by the way, if you're new here, I am Divine Light. We have the rooster and sunflower coming forth with communication. Seems like for some of you, maybe for all of you, a new communication, a positive, optimistic communication line is opening. If you're new here, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up, and if you want to enjoy this message, go ahead, hit the subscribe and the bell icon. It's a free way to be here, okay? And the rooster is actually the animal who wakes up everyone in the morning, and they're really precise. This can be you really tapping into the rooster energy, and the sunflowers represents optimism. Seems like something optimistic and beautiful coming into your life that's going to open up communication lines for you. I'd love to see that. What else we have here? The cat. It says a bobcat and the blackthorn patience. Bobcat is, yes, communication line is opening. Maybe you're sending out a message and then you're going to wait for the response to come. The bobcats are kind of like, not kind of, they're wild creatures. I don't think they can be tamed. I saw online a couple people can actually, I don't know if they're really tamed or they're just for the camera. These cats are really attack, meaning I would like to interpret this in a sense, maybe a lion, a Leo energy, or you need to really wait patiently before you go and take what's yours. Okay, so give it some time. Blackthorn can be something stinging, so if you don't want to get bitten, I mean, is that what it is, or get scratched, you need to wait patiently. Okay, seems like you're sending a message and then the response is going to come in. We have the bat and the hellebore. Intuition, like doing things. The bat kind of reminds me of the hangman, which is Pisces energy. We have here maybe even some fire, air, and water coming forth. It seems like all the elements wants to be here. The bat, I know it's like a flying creature as well. We can also say like a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy is there. But it seems like you need to use your intuition a little bit. And it's hanging, meaning, again, it's actually telling you to change your perspective while you're waiting your thing patiently. Instead of maybe thinking, oh, it's not happening, oh, now it's not going to come to me. Maybe something is working in the background of the destiny, and it is actually aligning everything to my highest good. You can change your perspective. The fox in the ivy tells me that you need to adapt. If the ivy is wrapping around you while you're waiting, you can actually change the way you're doing things, and that creates the adaptation. Let's dive into your coffee cup. I'm using crystal quartz here for clarity. For some of you, it seems like you're going to need that. And I see there is actually I saw number 3 initially. Number 3 is also communication. Kind of looks like number 9, which is enlightenment, completion of a cycle. There's a tears of joy coming maybe towards the end of the week. You're going to experience an ending of a cycle. That's why the things are really not visual right now. It's not visible because something better is happening. Okay, something that has been dragged coming to an end. And I see the trunk of an elephant here, which is aligning with the end of the week. Wow, you can see here a massive bull head. Bull can represent an authority, can be a Taurus, can be an authority that you're depending on to make a decision. It seems like the decision is going to come forward, okay? And this decision, because the elephant represents long-term stability and long-term investment, which elephants give birth in 24 months, which requires also long-term patience. This can even be, for some of you, maybe waiting for this to happen for a long time. Now you're going to start to see the results. Another thing with this bull authority, this can be something that you require an authority to make a decision about this, okay? Which, if that's the case, now this kind of things really take a while because authorities do not deal with one thing. They deal with many things in front of them. Another thing here, because adaptability is like you adapting to new circumstances, the authority might be offering you something which will fit perfectly because the elephant is also like abundance, which is going to be like prosperity, abundance, structure. So which is going to really fit your situation perfectly, what the authority is offering to you. That's why you're going to adapt your desires to this, what's coming. Okay, this doesn't mean compromise. I feel like this is going to be something maybe you don't really, your mind doesn't really see that there's an option available, but you're going to actually experience that. I see here there's like a clean paper coming in. There's small offer followed by a big offer. We see here someone's jumping in the air, and you can see this kind of reminds me of those flying squirrels. I don't know if you ever see any of them. What they do is squirrel climb up to the top of a person's head here. I see letter C, can be the name of the person. The person actually looks like letter X, like Xavier maybe in their name, or T, like Timothy. And the squirrel climbing up to their top of their head. That's what these squirrels do. They climb to the top of the tallest tree, and then they jump and they start gliding. And I think they can glide for kilometers and miles with that momentum. And it seems like that's exactly what's happening, because there's another mountain here, and there's some place that you can hold on to. Then you can climb up to the top, and we have someone waiting for you on top of this mountain here. Okay, this can be even like a building. There are apartments in there. So now you're on the stage of climbing to the top of another tall mountain that is available to you, or maybe a tree that is available to you. Tree can be indicative of a company, it can be a person, communication, maybe that when you communicate with someone in this place, that's like I told you, there's someone actually carrying you on top of their head. I see a woman who's carrying a wand or maybe a stick in her hand. I felt that this person might be someone who's a punisher. Maybe you're actually getting away from a punisher. Okay, your intuition is actually maybe guiding you towards a climbing to the top of a tall ladder or a building, or maybe talking to the manager type of vibe. You might be dealing with someone who's being tough, so you're talking to the manager, and that's really connecting you with a bigger power, which is a V right there. There's another V right there. V is victory, guys. Okay. And it can be also peace sign. It's used as a peace sign, but that's not really the symbol of peace, by the way. But either way, it's like the victory that you're going to see. The second victory has some like writings on there. So this can be something that is between two mountains, between two power houses. That is going to be negotiations here. But the first one, I feel like the one that is most important to you will have the clarity that you desire. This sounds very ambiguous, can be applicable to any situation in your life. Maybe you're dealing with a partner. You can even think of it that way, that you are maybe looking at things from a lower perspective. You're thinking what happens today. You are discussing what's happening on that day or a certain situation, but maybe you need to climb to the top of, like stepping on the top of this person's head, climbing on top of the relationship here. Maybe have a vision of what's going to happen 10 years from now if you go with this structure. And that will allow you to have this, like maybe even a rope here that you go through that jump to a bigger and more stable building here. Okay. So that's why the line here can represent communication lines, and we have a communication here. Do not be afraid to use your words, and I'm not saying being offensive. I'm talking about being really expressive and having a clear expression. Okay, instead of maybe some people, because when you say communicate, they become like, they talk in a very bitter way. There's a certain word for it, but I couldn't really come up with a word. Instead of just straight up telling you what they desire, they just go beat around the bush. Basically, it's not that. It's straight line, straightforward. You're describing clearly, and instead of reacting, actually being, I want to say resourceful, which is not the word. Responsive and resourceful. I see there's a bear on the other end here, which is offering you a olive branch right there. So this can be for some of you, maybe in the middle of the week, there is an like a discussion that you're gonna have. There's an exchange of something happening here. The olive branch is basically a peace offer coming from someone. He's wearing a hunter's hat. Like he is wearing a hunter hat. He has a boy on top of his head. He's wearing a hunter's hat too. I'm talking about those like safari hats, like brown and like a round it has like a rim around it. Kind of reminds me of the Bugs Bunny, and there's a hunter follows him all the time. It just reminds me of that. This can be someone who thinks they have the power, which I don't know if you've ever heard of the stories of those safari riders. They're going into the jungle and try to hunt a lion, but then their rifles do not work and they just get hunted. So it can be someone who's actually exactly falling into that place right there. They thought they were going on a hunt maybe, but now they are trying to give you an olive branch. I feel like here there are a lot of conversation, like a lot of discussions are happening. You have a solid structure here, so you might have to use that for your benefit. Okay, I see hippopotamus sleeping there, which is, they're also dangerous creatures. However, they are like calmer compared to a lion. They don't eat humans. So this can be someone that you need to wake up and maybe you need to negotiate with them. This can be if this is a job negotiation, and if the person who's giving you the olive branch is the one who actually made the biggest mistakes. Maybe there's another person that can empathize with you. Okay, it can be applicable to anything because this is a general reading. I'm just showing you what I'm seeing and giving you like the idea, because this person comes up with an olive branch. You can see that he's like holding it with both hands, especially. He's like, here, take it. I made a mistake. And I don't know if they're going to accept their mistake because they're not grounded like you do here. But they might have to just get it over and done with. I see there's a new pathway opening from this completion of this process here. And maybe I told you readjust your desires. And then the bull, the authority, the real support. You can see hippopotamus here to hippo and the bull. So the two powerful authorities will be behind you and supporting you, okay, during this endeavor. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention. I know this kind of sounds like weekly reading, but there's so many things happening, so I am going to also intend this to whenever you're watching, because some of you might be dealing with this kind of like obnoxious authority that will require a real authority to intervene. Your desire seems like within the third try it's coming, or this can be like the third option, the third decision, or maybe within the back and forth, like the third time it's coming forward. This is a very clean saucer, and we have like a chunk of money here fall into your space. This can be, at the end of the day, something that you'll benefit from. I see someone riding a little boat here. There's another boat following them. This kind of reminds me from choppy waters to the calmer shores. That's why the communication is important. I feel like some of you might need to also communicate your desires to the divine, not only to like speaking clearly your desires to the outside in the 3D world. Another thing here with the boats in here, this is actually setting sail to a new place. And some of you might want to move maybe. And this can be even like all those conversations happening about maybe selling a house, buying a house, or like negotiating a job opportunity. Or maybe if you're retired, this can be maybe a place that is going to be your forever home, that you need to really be strategic if you would like to make something that is going to, like, you can adapt to it and that's going to be lasting for a long time. Okay, it can be, that's why maybe adaptability is coming forward, because sometimes we think we want something until we receive it, and then we realize, oh, that wasn't what I was thinking, that's not how I imagined it. So I feel like I want to add onto these keywords and exploration. Okay, before you do the big move, big decision, maybe 3 of Wands is also like exploration. Okay, just go ahead and do that. Let's see what Tarot has to say. If you made it so far, please comment down below. Let me know which part of this reading resonates with you the most. We have Page of Pentacles. Yes, some of you are really investing in your future right now. And this is basically telling you, if you want to throw everything you got into something that is new, this is telling you just throw one pentacle, not 10 of them. Okay, just one step at a time, because this might be something that you need to become an expert, or you need to learn more. If this is a relationship, guys, yes, this is like slow baby steps first. Anything that you're doing, this is going to have material results in your life. So make sure that you're really testing the water. You're being careful. It's not really the water here because we have the earth. Let's say you're really testing the earth. And I saw my eye caught here, page of arrows, which is page of swords. This is basically clarify things. Okay, speak clearly, speak your own truth, be authentic. Also, make sure you're on the same page with the person or a situation that you're like discussing at this time. Okay, we have here Ace of Cups. This is beautiful because it seems like you're going to be in the right place. Ace of Cups can be a new love coming for some of you. I see sometimes in the comments, some of you don't want love. It's okay. This is a general reading. This can be also representative of your heart's true desire. Okay, it's Cups energy is emotional satisfaction, and that's what we are after. Most of the time, we want to have emotional satisfaction from the things that we want materialistically, because we attach a feeling to. For example, if you want a certain type of, for like a coffee and milk, maybe a brand that gives you pleasure, it's not because, I mean, sometimes I even think coffee sometimes tastes bitter, but it gives your mind a certain satisfaction to have the things you desire. Okay, when you order it, it comes in the mail, you open the box up, gives you a pleasure. When you're drinking it, gives you a certain type of pleasure. So that's what the Ace of Cups vibe is. You're gonna have that pleasure. You're gonna have that joy like child. It's like children. It can be love for some of you, a partnership, or it can be something that you will love to have in your life. It's a new beginning coming for some of you. What we have here is zodiac: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and a Libra. So it seems like here material satisfaction followed by emotional satisfaction is going to really put you in a new journey, on a path to a new journey. The Fool is not a fool. Okay, the Fool is someone who has been through this journey before, so you know what you desire. That's the best part of the Fool energy, but you're actually taking a leap of faith and setting up to a new adventure here. It can be emotional, accepting what's being offered, or it can be opening yourself up to what's coming your way and adapting to the new thing with love and acceptance. Another thing here, Fool can be if you have any dreams that you wanted to make it happen, the road to it can be really laid in front of you. Okay, the emotional support coming, and also you maybe have the financial backing for it as well. King of Pentacles, it's going from 0 to 100 real quickly, it seems here. King of Pentacles can be someone who's going to support you during this journey. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, mostly Taurus. And we said the Bull is there, can be someone who has more than enough, plenty of finances, plenty of resources that can be providing it for you. This can also be your journey of the Fool, you getting from 0 to 100 very quickly, but they're actually turning their back towards each other. So I feel just tiny bit, maybe the dog and the ram here. It's not a ram. It should be a goat. There is a little bit like stubbornness in between. This can be, if this is someone that you want their help, you need to be you both need to be actually getting on the same page and turning your faces towards each other and look at each other. And so you might be the one who's taking a leap of faith and initiating this conversation, but it seems like the King of Pentacles is someone who wants to also help. Okay, another thing here, because you probably don't know each other, you're looking towards the past. By the way, left represents the past in the subconscious mind and right represents the future. This person is focused on the future. Maybe you're taking a leap of faith, but you're still looking at the past. It's time to turn your gaze. I think the Fool actually, which way is the clip was? I don't remember right now in the original tarot. So the Fool, you need to maybe start looking into the future opportunities rather than looking at the past while you're going on a new journey. Okay. We have here, dear spirit, bring a gentle touch. This is about you approaching things in a gentle way, and also what's coming your way. That's why I feel like Fox and Ivy showed up too, being a little bit adaptable rather than being very strict, because soft branches do not break down quickly. If you have flexibility and gentleness to the things, a new mind, you might bend the circumstances quickly as well. Buffalo spirit, powerful. The abundant universe will provide, and it's aligning with the King of Pentacles. So when you focus your gaze into the future, not what happened in the past, seems like and live in the moment. Okay, the abundant universe will provide with abundance of what you desire. Giraffe spirit, see the picture. That's what I love about the giraffe, because they have a bigger picture of the things, and instead of seeing the past as something that has happened as a wrong thing, you can see it. This is how it helped me to see the vision. It brought me here. Okay, when you change that, you're going to be able to see the big picture, how everything is actually falling in the right place. We have know your worth as a skunk spirit, which is absolutely the most important thing. It doesn't matter what you're stepping in. And another thing here, this is 5-4, 54 and 10. We have 5-4 is 9 and 10. So the abundant universe will provide when you are focused of knowing your worth, okay, that you're worthy of your desires. You can get the things you desire, and even if they don't show up right now, they're on their way to you. Okay, just keep thinking that it is available to you. Another thing here that I heard from Joe Dispenza today, and he was saying that when we keep thinking a thought, it becomes an idea that is actually launched in our lodged in our head, and then it defines who we are after a certain time. So make sure that in your mind you're repeating the things that you want to experience, like I'm abundant, I'm wealthy, I'm rich, I have all my desires fulfilled, God is always by my side, all is well, everything is always working out for my highest good. Those affirmations, after they're in your mind, they manifest. But if you think the opposite, they manifest too. Okay, so let's get to your final message. What do we need to know? This is a life coaching oracle. Universal flow. Exactly, it's time for you to slow down, breathe, and take time to smell the roses. That's why I feel like we have heavy earth energy. It is suggesting that you need to be, even the creatures, the animals coming has earth energy. So you need to be actually in the moment in order to catch the opportunities that are available to you. Okay, see them. You don't have to catch them. They're not fish. Even if that's fish means money in the coffee cup. Okay. All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos right here for you to enjoy. I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.